The air crackled with summer heat, but the real fire burned in the eyes of the crowd. At the community pool, a single moment was about to unravel a truth no one expected. Marcus Bennett, a 32-year-old software engineer, dipped his toes into the chlorinated water, his daughter, Aisha, giggling as she splashed nearby. It was their first visit to the Crestwood pool, a place Marcus had avoided after hearing whispers of its unwelcoming vibe. But Aisha's pleading eyes had won him over. He wanted her to have the carefree summer every 6-year-old deserved. Across the pool, Karen Mitchell, a 45-year-old mother of two, narrowed her eyes. Her lips tightened as she watched Marcus adjust Aisha's floaties. To her, he didn't belong. This was her neighborhood, her pool, where she'd brought her kids for years. She didn't recognize him. That was enough. Clutching her phone, she dialed 911, her voice low but sharp. "There's a man here who doesn't belong. He's suspicious. I'm worried for the kids." The operator's calm questions barely registered. Karen's gaze locked on Marcus, her certainty fueled by a lifetime of unchallenged assumptions. She didn't see Aisha's joyful squeals or Marcus's gentle encouragement. She saw only a black man in a space she'd claimed as hers. The crowd began to notice. Whispers rippled like the water. A teenage lifeguard, barely 17, froze, unsure whether to intervene. An elderly man, sun hat tilted, muttered about troublemakers. But other mothers, fathers, kids watched with growing unease. Marcus felt the weight of their stares. He'd felt it before, the unspoken accusation, the assumption that he was out of place. He straightened, his jaw tight, and kept his focus on Aisha. She didn't need to see this. Not yet. "Sir, you need to leave," Karen called out, her voice cutting through the hum of summer. She stepped closer, phone still pressed to her ear. "This is a private pool. Residents only." Marcus turned, his voice steady but laced with restrained anger. "I live here, 2 blocks down. Paid my dues like everyone else." Karen scoffed, her confidence unshaken. "I've never seen you. Show me proof." The crowd thickened. Aisha's splashing stopped. She tugged at Marcus's hand, her small voice trembling. "Daddy, why's she mad?" Before he could answer, a new voice broke through. "Karen, stop." It was Mrs. Alvarez, a retired teacher who'd lived in Crestwood for decades. Her walker clacked against the concrete as she approached, her brown eyes blazing. "That's Marcus Bennett. He moved in last month. I helped him with his lease papers." Karen faltered, her phone lowering slightly. The operator's voice buzzed faintly, asking for clarification. But Mrs. Alvarez wasn't done. "You didn't ask anyone else for proof. Not the White families. Not the kids. Just him. What?" The question hung heavy. The crowd shifted, some looking away, others nodding. Karen's face flushed, but she doubled down. "I'm protecting our community. You don't know who he is." "I know exactly who he is," Mrs. Alvarez snapped. "A father, a neighbor, a man who deserves to be here as much as you." Aisha clung to Marcus's leg, her eyes wide. He knelt, whispering, "It's okay, baby. Just grown-ups talking." But his heart pounded. He'd faced this before, store clerks trailing him, neighbors eyeing his car but never in front of his daughter. Then, another voice. "I've got the roster." It was the lifeguard, holding a clipboard, his voice shaky but clear. "Marcus Bennett, 214, Oak Street. Paid in full." The teenager looked at Karen, his youth belying his courage. "He's a member." The crowd erupted in murmurs. A young mother stepped forward, her toddler on her hip. "Karen, you called the police? On him? For what?" Karen's phone slipped to her side. The operator's voice cut off as the call ended. Her certainty crumbled, replaced by something raw, shame, perhaps, or defiance. She opened her mouth, but no words came. Marcus stood taller, his voice calm but piercing. "You didn't see me. You saw what you wanted to see. And you were wrong." The silence was deafening. Aisha's floaties bobbed in the water, forgotten. The crowd dispersed slowly, some offering Marcus quiet nods, others avoiding his gaze. Karen turned away, her steps quick, her face a mask of conflicted emotions. Mrs. Alvarez placed a hand on Marcus's arm. "I'm sorry," she said softly, "but you're not alone here." He nodded, grateful but weary. The truth had silenced Karen, but it couldn't erase the sting. He lifted Aisha into his arms, her small body warm against his chest. "Let's swim, baby," he said, forcing a smile. As they returned to the water, the sun still blazed, the pool still sparkled. But something had shifted. The crowd, once divided, now shared a quiet understanding. Prejudice had reared its head, but truth had answered. And in that moment, Marcus and Aisha reclaimed their place not just at the pool, but in a community forced to confront its own flaws. The day wasn't perfect, but it was theirs. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.